Hi, welcome to the video, and welcome to Monster Camp. So Monster Camp is the sequel to Monster Prom that we played a little while ago. I'm really excited for this because it has new characters, new plots, and a whole bunch more. So I'm excited for this. Let's get into it. We're gonna do one player because I'm still alone. Let's do a short game. Camp Spooky. The stage of some of our dearest summers. Back then we were young and unafraid. That sounds familiar. With school far away, everything seemed possible as the sun embraced us on our way to camp. Grab my glasses, I can't read. Summer has that distinct power, doesn't it? You live for the days while the nights embrace you with possibilities. It's like life could take a turn at any corner. And for us, it did. Okay, these are cool. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, I played this before. Someone played this before. Okay. Wait, I could change this? I could play as Zoe? Oh, we're so doing that. We're so doing that. We are so doing that. Screw it. We are being Zoe, and we shall be she.
This will inspire so much fan art.
They have voices too. Let's go. All right. So we can have random backpacks. So these can do random stats or different endpoints. Pocket therapist. Let's add that. We got smart from that one. Sort of raw. Let's do bootleg Jean. Charming and fun. Okay. Coloring Hawaiian shirts. Scott snacks. Marshmallows. Okay. Got sketchbook, magic mushroom guide, business. Okay. We're gonna go with the sword. Get some boldness on there. Let's do that. One might say that the Monster Prom had hardened us for the highs and lows of love. But no, in love, we're always absolute beginners. And summer camp was no different. No one talked about it, but the idea of a summer love loomed over our heads. Close to the last day of camp, there was a meteor shower happening just 3 weeks away. Everyone knew if we were into someone, you were going to watch that damn thing together. And so, a silent yet powerful pressure invaded us. It was the Monster Prom all over again. Everything seemed uncertain. Everything but one thing. Whoever we were asking on a meteor shower date, it was probably going to be one of the 6 coolest people on the bus. Joy Johnson Jojima, 23, a badass witch who wanted to chill a bit after saving the world countless times. Aravi Mishra, 22, a hot-headed adventurer possessed by a curse who had turned out to be the most annoying roommate ever. Calculator Hewlett Packard 1.1, a library computer who had become sentient robot, ready to experience life to its fullest. Dahlia Kuno, 20, a buff blue demon and warmonger who had set her sights on conquering summer next. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste of destruction and a love of fire. And Milo Belladonna, 23, a Death Reaper doubling as an internet influencer and who is profoundly in love with life and all its earthly pleasures. The bus trip was long and all of summer could be shaped by the first steps well taken. And so it was clear. It all came down to breaking the ice and causing a good impression with the right person. Okay, so instead of the stats, this would give us a nice head start into which person we want to do. Which of these would be your favorite TV show? We got game shows, we got anime, house flipping shows, documentaries, beauty contests, fantasy adventure series. This is the Ravi. I want to say this is Damien for some reason. That's definitely Calculaster. House flipping. They could make that like very literal for that. That could be Dahlia. Anime and game shows. Oh, that could be That could be either one of them. House flipping. Milo, okay. Oh, I love house flipping shows, Zoe. It's so fun to see a total fixer-upper turn into a 5-star accommodation. I find many of the same principles in house flipping apply to people as well, in fact. For example, you seem like the type who may have once been a fixer-upper, but you made impressive strides to improve yourself. Perhaps by the end of camp, you'll have grown into your best self. I hope I'll be there when it happens. We only had 3 weeks left to woo our crushes and conquer their hearts. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Alright, so I say we just go down the Milo.
Take a walkthrough first.
That's great. I love how she has voice lines. Alright. So we have different stuff. We have different, it's kind of same stats as last time, but without money. We don't need money. So Lake, I say that's fun. That's gonna be fun. Woods is probably smarts. Scout HQ, I would say that's charm. The haunted house, the manor, that's definitely, I want to say that's boldness, and this is creativity. No, this is the gym, that's charm. Scout HQ, I don't know. Let's say creativity. Let's say this is creativity, and we go here. I love that picture, oh my gosh. That day in Monster Scouts, you learn to identify different berries. You all search for berries and try to identify them. A blackberry, a blueberry. But Rachel the deer person found a very weirdly shaped berry no one can identify. You all stare at it for hours. It's closer to abstract art than a berry somehow. It's a true think piece. It forces you to reflect on berry inequality, and although there are no easy answers to the question it poses, you all gain +2 creativity from the experience. Cool. Afterwards, you get yourself trapped in one of Coach's famous lectures about the dangers of wild animals. Isn't he technically? Never mind. Oh. And this dangerous and pernicious species continues to roar the woods, abandoned by their darkened masters, purposeless. They're a plague on the natural wildlife. But I am confused, friend Coach. Do these creatures really deserve such torment? All they did was invent the former Google Plus platform. Surely that is not grounds for...
Oh, how tragic.
Google Plus? Is that what you have been talking about while I ignore everyone in live stream? The psychopaths behind the global tragedy are here.
I realize you are attempting to help.
I do not understand how a social media platform could be synopsis with the word tragedy. No, Calculaster darling, you are the innocent and naive to understand. Google Plus was a festering boil on the smooth, perfect skin of social media. It was completely unusable, and yet it was everywhere. YouTube, Google accounts, in your backyard, knocking on your window, asking when you finally post a status. Is Google really that extreme? And now its former developers have been loosed into our woods instead of being properly rehomed in other failing companies.
That's not a very scout thing to do.
They've completely disrupted the local ecosystems, littering their electric scooters everywhere and offering a crowdsourced alternative to birds. But birds already exist. Why would anyone want to crowdfund a product to fill a hole in the market that doesn't exist? Don't you get it? This is Google Plus we're talking about. They made their careers on filling holes in markets that don't exist. This epidemic must be quelled and the Google Plus developers captured. Otherwise, they might start Google Plus again. I can't go back to those dark days.
Youth is a gift.
Don't know what that has to do with it, but okay. That's why us four gotta capture him. With your combined efforts and my brilliant leadership, we should have this problem fixed before the fat lady can scream for help. Now, let's see. All we need to do is slide into their DMs. That stands for Dirt Mansions, which is where they've been living. That actually isn't what it stands for.
Always believe in yourself.
And then we photobomb them until they're too weak to fight back. And then we relocate them to our thirst trap. I hate saying this. We can find lots of them chanting Tatum's Instagrams. What? Okay, clearly Coast is worse than useless here in this situation. Do you have any ideas on how to round up the invasive species before they roll out another convoluted like system? Oh, that hits close to home. So, stand under the huge net and shout, does anyone have an idea for an app? That perfect lure. Open a new Asian fusion restaurant, but the floor is just a bunch of leaves over the pit snakes. Ooh, I think we're gonna go with this one. Charm. Okay. So I think it was probably charm and creativity for the answers there. Immediately there's a stampede. You and your friends barely have enough time to climb a tree for cover before a horde of former Google Plus developers surround you. An app that finds correlations between trending hashtags and your ovulation cycle, cries one. Excuse me? An app that reads your palm and tells you what your spiritual soup flavor is, says another. A dating app that tells you where the nearest bowl of unclaimed pasta is. We call it Send Nudes. Oh, I hate this. Wow, these developers certainly seem to have gone a bit feral.
Server error.
For instance, one of them appears to be dismantling my leg in an effort to find a microchip capable of powering a pizza delivery drone. Now you leave Calculaster alone. While you try to beat the Google Plus devs off Calc's leg with the crowbar, one of them suggests an app of repelling crowbars. Milo appears to be edging them on. That says egging them on, my bad.
We should do a collab.
I love Milo's voice. I'm hearing a lot of great ideas, people, but none of these have yet really screamed wow to me. We can scream, they say. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, good pitch, but could you all try standing in our tightly knit circle beneath the interestingly shaped tree cover and screaming even louder? Coach lets the net drop on them. They continue screaming, wow, louder and louder, as if they will free him somehow. You, Milo, and Calculaster roll the former Google Plus devs into a lake where they can no longer harm anybody with their useless inventions. Here's to environmental preservation and putting an end to shitty social media. You gain +2 smarts and +1 charm. Alright, cool. Quite a start. Alright.
This is just like my fanfic.
Oh, that's incredible. Alright, fun seems to be the lowest now, so let's go to... We're just gonna play safe. That's funny. I love that for Zoe. Before you go to the lake, you decide to make the most fun inflatable toy to float on that you could possibly can. You combine many of your favorite fun things: ice cream, tabletop games, watching your enemies fail, ducks. The resulting amalgamation is certainly interesting, even if it doesn't exactly float on water. You decide to name your toy Dr. Frankenfun, or maybe you should name it Dr. Frankenfun's Monster. Just beholding the horror you created gives you +2 fun. Look at that background. That is adorable. I love that. There's little you love more than loving on Milo. So it's fun to see how many other people are in the same lovestick boat. This comment says, Your composition in your selfies is always so artistic. You should go into photography. And this person says, you post the most inspirational quotes day equals made. This one just says HMU with that Reaper no, what? Well, assuming all Grim Reapers have dicks and slash or identifying as male is so 14th century Europe.
Hashtag blessed.
But I am flattered by the statement. Love keeping my fandom hooked on my aesthetics and thirsty for all of me. Mr. Belladonna, I was expecting to hear a conversation on owing your attractiveness, being true to your identity and historical monster lore. But what do I find? Exactly the conversation you just described, Camp Director Miss Weaveling. No! You on your phone as always. Probably making blog posts on your TikTok page.
I hardly blame you.
Camp Director Miss Weaving, maybe if you got a social media page on your own, you'd be able to better relate to your campers. It's really the social hub. I don't want to hear it. I refuse to consider the possibility that online interaction can possibly help people from connecting or expressing themselves on the ground that I didn't have the internet when I was your age. Jesus Christ, that face is terrifying. I am sick of you campers burying your nose in your phones while you could be living in the real world, forming real connections, doing real manual labor. As such, Mr. Belladonna, I am confiscating your Instagram account until further notice. You just admitted you're not familiar with the internet, so let me tell you, that's not how it works. You can't just confiscate somebody's...
My phone!
What? My Instagram account is gone. It just disappeared. How is that possible? I told you, Mr. Belladonna. I confiscated it, and there's nothing you can do to get it back. That can't be true, and it won't be true if you have anything to do about it. If there's one way to impress Milo, it's gotta be to get their account back. Your plan? Subject your minds to the mysterious travels of the House of Kapcha to prove you're worthy of retrieving Milo's account. According to the Instagram Terms of Services, any account ownership related dispute can be settled with a grand race at Murder Mountain. Ooh, we gotta be careful here. According to Instagram, I feel like that one's definitely the smarts one. We're gonna go with this one. I was bold, dang it, I'm dumb. Of course, I always forget that Instagram is actually a prompt unit incorporation of, I'm not even gonna try saying that. A race? Very well, Mr. Belladonna. I accept, but just know that it's unwise of you to enter into such competition against me. Yeah, cool, whatever. I have to get my Instagram back. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. The three of you rise at Murder Mountain, where Instagram's top excels eagerly await your arrival and let you in on their secret. Honestly, Instagram was always an elaborate scheme to get more people to participate in the grand race down our beloved Murder Mountain. But the whole thing just kind of spiraled out of control pretty quickly. Wait a second, says the CEO, eyes grow wide. Is that Arcano Hugo Weaving? The greatest drag race in history? Oh no. What? I might be. Oh, I hate this. Oh, Weaving is a legend. She's used to race down slopes from Murder Mountain long before we ever came to Instagram. Such a scheme to have male races. She's undefeated. I'm starting to think maybe we shouldn't do this. Milo has a point. But you know, if you let them quit, they'll never recover. Their Instagram is everything to them. As a good friend, you pressure them into to go for it, telling them that if they believe in themselves, they have to win. This is horrible. This is gonna suck. I kind of just want to skip through. Camp director Miss Weaving lives up to her legendary reputation, zipping her car through hazard like lava, pythons, traffic cones, spike pits. Oh my god. You struggle to even start the car because you never bother to learn to drive stick. You know, true. And all race cars at Murder Mountains are stick shift for some reason. Why? You know, Mr. Belladonna, I feel as though my thorough humiliation of you has been punishment enough. I'm restoring your Instagram to you. But I did post a video of you crushing defeat. Hope your followers enjoy. They do, but Milo aggressively does not. They rightfully blame you for the humiliation, and you lose -2 charm and -1 fun. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I totally deserve that.